No, Scott, I was doing a musical tribute to Ozzy. For some reason, you couldn't hear the music.
Oh yeah, yeah. For some reason, it mutes it when you're playing the intros. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but it should have come back on afterwards. Doesn't matter. Either way, welcome to Tunes Brothers on a pretty shit news day. Admittedly, I've never been the biggest Ozzy or Black Sabbath fan, but an absolute rock god has died. Scotty, Lewis, Darren, Dave, Scott, I'll let you talk about Ozzy. I know you were a big fan.
Yeah, man. I will say this about Ozzy. I've seen Ozzy a lot, and not one time in any of his performances, whether he was on his own with his own band or with Sabbath, did Ozzy ever do a bad performance. He was always on the spot. He never changed his songs up, with the exception of his little hollering maybe in between, but the songs are always spot on. They played it perfect, just like the album. That's one of the bands and one of the guys that done it. He didn't speed the songs up. He played them just like they're supposed to be played and sung them perfectly. One of the true rock gods that could pull off the studio magic live. And I contest to that because I've seen him on almost every Ozfest and seen him, before Ozfest. And that's it. I think the last time I seen him was around 2001, something like that anyway. But he was perfect every time. Rest in peace.
Even on the throne a week ago, he sounded incredible. When you could see how deteriorated his health was, he could still bring it. Louis, any thoughts on Ozzy?
Yeah, it's sad that he passed away, and he was a trooper to the very end. I'm just going to leave it at that because I don't want to stir up any controversy. But Ozzy was famously known, and he'll be missed by all of his fans.
There.
Yeah, I like you, Rob. I didn't grow up an Ozzy fan, but I didn't dislike his music. Now, I'm not a big fan of Sabbath. They have some songs that I do like. Same way with his solo stuff. But definitely a pioneer, right? So I give him credit for what he has given to, the music industry as a whole, all the fans that he made happy. He didn't, in that last show, his farewell there 17 days ago, he didn't take a single penny from that. I think they raised over $108 million or something like that, and it was all for charity. So, humanitarian as well. It's a sad day, definitely.
Dave, I see you got a tribute to the Oz man behind you.
Certainly do. Yeah, obviously I grew up in an era where Black Sabbath were pretty big. Wouldn't say I was a huge Black Sabbath fan, but I certainly liked a lot of their music. I'm glad Ozzy got to do that final concert. And I think it was good for the fans that he was able to do that because, normally our heroes go out with a whimper, let's be honest. But I like to think he went out with a bang, which is how he led his life, let's be honest. The fact that Ozzy got to his age is probably a surprise to most people that knew him. R.I.P. Ozzy, and I do have one of his albums in my honourable mentions, and it had nothing to do with him passing. It was already there. So.
And before he passed, just a couple of days ago, I, for some reason, stumbled upon an interview from Sabbath days or just after he left Sabbath, and he said that he and the rest of Sabbath should all be dead already. And this was back in, 80, whatever. So, yeah, sad thing. Agent 86, I like tacos. Remember that commercial? That was a hilarious commercial. All right. So what do we got going on here, Dave, you evil bastard, you?
Well, I thought it'd be a great idea since, we sort of focus on certain few bands for most of our videos, that maybe the audience would like to know what albums do the Tunes Brothers like. So I was hoping there would be a wide range of musical tastes on this panel. So I can say for myself, there are probably some albums here that will make Scotty cringe, because there aren't lots of roaring guitars. But these are albums that were important to me. I thought I'd make it top 10 because I thought we should make it as hard as possible, because, if we went top 30, top 40, except we'd be here for 4 hours, it's too easy. Let's make it difficult. Let's make it difficult for everyone. And whoever's in the comments, let us know what your top 10 albums are of all time as well. So.
And just to clear up, anybody who is watching now or will be watching later, this has nothing to do with album sales, popularity, influence, anything. This is our personal favorite albums. We're not saying, whatever album's better than whatever album we're not mentioning, or more successful or more influential. It's had nothing to do with it. It's what we like as our favorite albums. Okay. Scott, I'm going to let you struggle first.
All right, number 10. Yeah, this was tough. I kind of went the road of most important albums to me in my life, because it was damn near impossible to pick my favorite 10. So, but these are in that category. So, number 10, Marvin Gaye, Midnight Love.
Very funny. Very funny.
It's really a soothing, relaxing, if you just want to kick back type album, man. Very, very great. Good vocals, man. Good sound, production. Just fucking with you. Van Halen 2, number 10. I remember hearing this when it came out for the first time, and it's always been my favorite Van Halen album, front to back, and it never gets old. This is one of the Van Halens that never get old. I wish, I bet David Lee wishes he could do that still. But anyway, yeah, man, Van Halen 2, guys. To me, a monumental album that don't get as much credit from the band and or the fan. Well, a lot of fans like it, but it's one 1984, Diver Down that gets most of the credit, but this is my favorite one at number 10.
All right. Louie.
All right. Well, I do have some albums to show, but not all of them. And most of my albums will not be in the hard rock, metal, or anything like that category.
Mine either.
So my number 10, I will start off with Poison's Look What the Cat Dragged In. I feel that's a damn good album. There's no filler on that album. Some a little kind of silly, whatever, but it's a pretty solid album from beginning to end. And that's all I'm going to say.
That's all you got to say about that?
That's all.
All right, Darren.
All right, so I did not put these in order 1 through 10. There's no way. It was hard enough coming up with my top 10 anyway. So I sure as hell wasn't going to try to label it or give it a freaking number. But the first one I will talk about is Soul Asylum's Grave Dancers Union. This came out in 92. When I lived in Minneapolis, I mean, that's the town that they were from. They were big. And I remember, I'm pretty sure Black Gold or Runaway Train was the first song that I had heard off the album. Bought the cassette, and this is one that I did not take out of the cassette player for a very long time. I was holding down at 1.3 jobs in Minneapolis when I lived there. So most of my day was spent in the car driving. It seemed like to and from jobs every day. And I couldn't get enough of it, right? For me, some of the top songs on there, again, I've already said, Somebody to Shove, Runaway Train, and Without a Trace. But Black Gold's also a good tune. So again, from start to finish, there's not a song on that album that I don't like. Like I said, I listened to it for a very, very long time. Still good to this day.
All right. And down under.
I don't have any of the albums in front of me, but that's my number 10. To me, the best of the solo albums by a country mile. I'm not going to talk too much about it because obviously we've talked about this album a lot. Stop laughing, Scotty. If we did a top 10 of the solo albums, I think Paul would have about 8 of the songs on it. So that's how good an album it is. It stayed true to the Kiss formula, and I think that's why it was one of my favorites and remains one of my favorite albums of all time.
All right. Well, who the hell am I to argue with that? All right. My number 10. Collective Soul, Hints, Allegations, and Things Left Unsaid. This was a huge album for me. Shine hooked me on the radio immediately. And I was driving back and forth living in Aberdeen, South Dakota. So I drive home for the weekends. And when I got this album, it played the whole 200 miles round trip for like a month. I love everything about this. It's got everything you could want, from a harder edge to a real relaxing type sound. I've always been a Collective Soul fan, but this album is, for me, their best and my number 10.
Yeah, it's a good album. It was on my initial list of around 30 albums for me to choose from. Good choice.
Scotty, I saw you cringing. What you got at number 9?
Was it noticeable? But anyway.
What was he cringing about?
Collective Soul.
Okay.
Ugh. But anyway, number 9. I don't know. Some of you guys might remember. Everybody's old enough to know who this is. Sha Na Na, the golden age of rock and roll. Who remembers these guys?
I remember.
I do. I watch them on their own TV show on a weekly basis, but there's no way that's your pick.
This is a good surprise.
Who remembers Bowser from Sha Na Na, right?
Yep.
Sleeves, the greaser hair and all that.
Yeah.
This one right here, I know this one you and Darren's going to love, but Mob Black Sabbath number, the iconic Mob Rules, man. Perfect freaking rocking album. Ronnie James Dio, rest in peace, brother. And yeah, I've always loved it. I love Heaven and Hell too, but for some reason, this one here has always been, to me, just a little bit heavier, edgier than Heaven and Hell. Heaven and Hell's perfect, though. Love them both. But
I really wasn't paying attention to the comments, so I apologize, Scotty. But Mr. Make Believe says, salute to Scotty for continuing to wave the original Van Halen flag.
yes, sir, buddy. You got it. Now we're going with Black Sabbath number 9. It's always been one of the heavy rockers, man.
Yeah. Cosanta 678. I think I said that right. I love this podcast. Me too.
I don't agree with your number 10, Scotty, but it's a good album, number 9.
Hey.
Mr. Make Believe, nothing has ever been more out of place than Sha Na Na at Woodstock. Okay, Louis.
Okay, unlike Scotty, who likes to tease and everything else, I am dead serious when I show you this album. This is what I picked for number 9, the Japanese soundtrack to King Kong versus Godzilla. This is not the music you hear in the American version. This is composed by the great Akira Ifukube. And there's the back of it. You want to take a look at it. And I really love this album. And if you want to hear this music, you could either, the music's already on YouTube all over the place, so you can actually hear it. But I think Akira Ifukube is one of the greatest composers ever in movie history. And that's all I got for that one for now. So
what was the what was the number 1 single of that one?
There's no single. It's a soundtrack, silly boy.
So just the actual background music through the movie.
Yeah, there's the background music throughout the movie.
Because nowadays they make soundtracks and like one song was in the movie and like the rest of them played during the credits, you know, that type
Yeah,
of thing.
that to me, I hate when there's just a bunch of pop songs on an album. They call it a soundtrack. To me, a soundtrack is what's specifically composed for the movie.
I'm waiting for him to pull out the Debbie Does Dallas soundtrack.
Darren, ever the busy boy, must have been Googling that, and apparently Sean and I had to follow Jimi Hendrix at Woodstock.
Oh,
Wow.
It fit in quite well, wouldn't they?
Okay, Darren.
Oh yeah. My next one is music from the Elder from Kiss. I think I have definitely been on record as saying it is my favorite Kiss album. So definitely very, I mean, instrumental in my life, just because, like I said, I did not grow up listening to Kiss. Yes, I knew who they were and recognized the hits. So it's not like I was, living under a rock, but it really wasn't until Rob and I became friends where I listened to a lot more Kiss. And this is the album that really, got me to dig in more on my own. So again, it's still something I listen to pretty often, and I still enjoy it to this day. So great stuff.
Hey, Louis, Matt, Dubai said Dubai. W. King Kong versus Godzilla would be one dangerous meet and greet.
Yeah, it would be.
And Tommy is in the house. What's up, Tom?
Tom.
Okay, Dave.
Okay, so mine is right sort of in the middle of the hair metal days. This album came out and I always loved it. The great Phil Collins, No Jacket Required.
Is that
it was always
Susu Studio album?
Susu Studio, One More Night, Take Me Home, Billy, Don't You Lose My Number. Great album, sold a gazillion copies. As I said, right in the middle of that hair metal days, but I just love this album. I said was a Genesis fan before this, so always loved Phil Collins and still play it today.
Scotty Miller. Hello, folks. How you doing, Scott?
Hey, Scotty.
And if Phil Collins ever wanted to a vacation in North Dakota during the winter months, there would be a jacket required.
I think the whole title was around him going to a restaurant one day and they wouldn't let him in.
Oh, okay.
So.
I like mine better. All right. My number 9, self-titled Kingdom Come. I will not even bother with the tired, ridiculous comparison to a certain overrated band
Led Zeppelin
from the 70s. And I love, they've got like 13 albums. And when I say they, I mean Lenny Wolf, the singer, because James Kotak and Stig and the boys pretty much, Stag, sorry. Yeah. No, Stag is the lead act, right? Yeah.
Who?
Stag? I think it's Stag or Stig, the lead guitarist's last name for Kingdom Come. Yeah. Anyway, they were only there for 2 albums, but they continued. Lenny Wolf continued to make just really, really cool music. They'd done keyboards better than any band in rock history of any rock metal genre. It's the whole real methodic, almost what are those fruit balls that wear vampire stuff? Those dark kids.
Goth.
Yeah, goth type sound with heavy guitars, killer drum beats, and a voice that resembles a certain hack from the 70s but buries him. So Kingdom Come, yeah, absolutely epic band.
To be fair, Rob, I did only say that song you made us listen to, I thought sounded a bit like Led Zeppelin. So.
No, it's not a shot at you. Everybody makes that comparison because they hear the similarity between him and Plant without actually listening onto how much deeper and higher and his voice is worlds above what Robert Plant could ever do, and musically they sound nothing like Led Zeppelin. Darren Stagg, yes, thank you, Darren, or Danny Stagg, sorry. Okay, back to Scotty. Big up, lads, all the way from Scotland. Kevin Brown, what's up in Scotland?
Right.
Wow.
The former pitcher from the LA Dodgers, Kevin Brown.
Okay, number 8. Time to cut the shit, man. Hell, let's
Get it up there.
Number 8, Chicago, brother. You can't beat this album if you tried, man. I know Darren loves this one. He's got to if he likes Soul Asylum. But anyway, yeah, man, this one's just fantastic, dude. But, yeah, never mind. Cut the shit. Metallica, Ride the Lightning, number 8. Fantastic. Heavy rocking, dude. This one will vibrate everything off the walls, punch holes in the windows, all that shit. This right here was the first thing I ever heard by this band. And I do believe I am responsible for spreading this band around, especially my high school, because nobody listened to them before I got this set.
That album and A Raging Case of Venereal Disease?
Yeah, it might have been a little bit of that going around too, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, man, Ride the Lightning, absolutely awesome. Front to back, a little heavier for you guys' taste, I know, but I'm pretty sure you guys probably
How many ballads are on that album?
Huh?
How many ballads are on that album?
What?
One? Is there, seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
Believe it. It's called Fade to Black.
Okay.
And yeah.
Go ahead. Okay. Brave Retreat Studios. Good evening, guys. Rob, you got a big tomorrow. With big day tomorrow. Yes. My eyes are already fading, and I have yet to pack. And I've got to be on the road by like 3 a.m. So that's dedication to this fucking podcast, right? Because I'll be doing this till like fucking 10 o'clock. And then fucking have to edit the son, or not edit it, but upload it and do all that bullshit. So all for you 22 people watching. All right. Louis.
Okay. Another from the great Kirifukube, the King Kong follow-up. King Kong Escapes. This was a live-action movie. King Kong himself looked questionable, but the movie's got this really awesome soundtrack, very dramatic. There's a green vinyl inside. There's a poster, but I don't want to mess with it. So that's what you got. King Kong Escapes. I love the hell out of the soundtrack and the movie.
All right. Chicago. So Ace Frehley poster is replaced with Peter Cetera. Okay. Louis, what's your favorite movie soundtrack of all time?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I've got a whole bunch, but I do have more soundtracks coming up.
Okay,
So,
Mr. Make Believe asking Scotty, isn't Metallica's cover of Hold Me, Touch Me on Ride the Lightning?
Yes, that's a bonus. Much better too, man.
Okay, Darren.
All right, next on the list, the album Double Eclipse from Hardline. This is one of Neil Schoen's projects after Journey, among others. I know he was in that band with Sammy Hagar. It was just the initials of everybody involved. He was in Bad English. But this album, man, when it came out, it hit me hard as far as, I mean, I was familiar with Neil's work, but the guitar work on this album is fucking fantastic from start to finish. The Gioli brothers, Johnny and I can't remember Jeremy, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember the other one, but very good singer and drummer. So again, it's another favorite going all the way back to the 90s. Still fantastic. I don't think it's aged a bit. Great stuff all around.
Okay. Matt Dubai. I'm going to go with Dubai because Dubai's a cool. Yeah. Make sure you catch Speed of Light. Was a good show in Columbus. I've been hearing a lot of people saying they're good. So if they're not, I'm going to come on here and lambast all of you. Dave, you're muted, Dave.
Number 8 for me is a 70s album by the band Rainbow. It was formed by Richie Blackmore after he left Deep Purple, featuring the great Ronnie James Dio on vocals. This, to me, I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with this album, but if you like hard rock, regardless of whether you like Ronnie's vocals or not, this is just a great listen. Side 2 is basically 2 tracks, 2 epic tracks, Stargazer and Light in the Black. So I would strongly suggest anyone who has never heard this album to pick it up and have a listen.
Does one have Man on Silver Mountain?
No, not in this one, no.
That's the next one.
So it did have a hit, which was Lady Starstruck, but...
Okay, yeah. All right.
Okay. Craig Yancey, look forward to meeting Rob and Darren tomorrow. Everyone's going. Let's meet up before the show. That is the plan. I know Jason J. Bake, as you may know him on here, is planning on showing up extremely early in the afternoon. Once I get Darren from the airport around between 12 and 1, depending on bullshit, baggage, all that shit. I'm sure we'll grab a bite to eat, check into the hotel, and get there as soon as we can. So obviously you'll know us, so don't be afraid to say something if we don't recognize anybody. Let's see. Mr. Make Believe. Wow, there's a band name and cover that didn't age well. The band name, yes, thanks to a certain alphabet group of jackoffs, they've ruined the actual appearance of a rainbow for me for life. So yeah. Thank you for that, all of you misfits of society. All right.
Yeah.
My number, what are we on?
Number 8.
Okay. Let's see here. Something Darren knows very well. Lillian Axe, Love and War. This album is borderline perfect. Ron Taylor, one of the greatest unknown singers you'll ever hear. And I say ever hear because I know everybody out there who hasn't will immediately after the show go and do some Lillian Axe Love and War searching on YouTube or Spotify, whatever works for you. Amazing song, amazing anthems, amazing guitar work by Stevie Blaze. Just a fantastic album. They've got at least 4 or 5 with Ron Taylor, right?
Yes. Yep. Should be 4 if you exclude the greatest hits or that they put out when they changed labels.
And I know Darren's still a big fan of their new stuff, so that's got to mean something. I just had such a obsession with Ron Taylor's voice that I just couldn't bring myself to accept anything else. But it's an amazing album. Show a Little Love, huge video on MTV. If you don't know the band, check them out. You won't be disappointed. A lot like some bands that we talk about on here, they kind of offer something for everybody depending on what album. They cover a lot of different rock to hard rock genres. So yeah, definitely worth a listen. Scotty.
Okay, since we're on soundtracks here, I figured we might have this one popping up here shortly. But this is a soundtrack from the, I think, mid-'80s. Oh.
The sad thing is you have that fucking album.
Yeah. Because I don't know where the hell they come from.
You went to the shop and bought them.
Where the hell they come from, man? A lot of these has been give to me over the years. People's here, take all this shit, and me not knowing half of what's in there anyway. But yeah, we hadn't done anything gay on here yet, so I figured, look at this guy.
Well, you did when you brought up Mob Rules. That was pretty gay.
Oh man, that's the least from gay. What the hell? But anyway, this is my number 7. I couldn't find my copy. I've got it somewhere, but you can see the name. Rat
Yes, sir.
Out of the Cellar. Yeah, I was looking everywhere. There's a couple of them I couldn't find. I know that I've got because I got shit everywhere. But yeah, Rat Out of the Cellar was a very, very important. Round and round on the radio, man, just calling in, having them play it, trying to record it on sets. You know, very big when it came out, huge, impactful, and I love the album front to back. It's my favorite Rat album in its entirety. Now, I love a lot of Rat albums, and there's songs probably on other albums I know that I like better than some of those songs, but entire album, that one's got it for me.
You know what's funny about that, Scott?
Number 7.
You just brought out Rat. You brought out Rat Out of the Cellar, and Fame before that would have been called Out of the Closet.
Oh, yes. Good one, Dave. Damn, that's awesome, man. Out of the closet, out of the cellar.
Okay, Agent 86 racking his brain. Dirt by Alice in Chains has to be in his top 10.
I like
Okay.
Facelift better, bro, but Dirt's good too.
All right, Louie, you're on mute.
Okay. I don't have anything to show. This is also another soundtrack. Music basically composed by John Williams, but visualized by Ken Thorne. Put more pump and steroid into the music, and that's the Superman 2 soundtrack. I'd crank that in my car all the time, especially the first and last song or whatever. You know, it just like makes you drive fast. It's so big and powerful. A lot of cool stuff. Even like the final fight scene music is so wicked. So yeah, Superman 2 is my number 7 for favorite album.
You know, I knew you were into, movies and, old cinemas. I had no idea you were such a big fan of the soundtracks. That is very unique, man.
Oh, yeah, especially when the soundtracks sound as cool as they do. Yeah. As a matter of fact, John Williams cut his teeth writing music for the first Lost in Space, predominantly for the first season. You want to hear some wicked, trippy music. Watch the Lost in Space season 1 just to hear the masterful work he did, making those eerie sounds and everything, that eerie kind of music.
Cool. Lost in Space.
All right. I was going to wait a little bit longer to do this one, but since Rob brought them up, Lillian Axe, Psycho Schizophrenia. So Lillian Axe, obviously, that is another band that Rob had introduced me to while we were cruising Main Street in Bismarck. Fell in love with them right away. Very unique sound. Great guitar work by Steve Blaze. I struggled with choosing which one of their goddamn albums I wanted to put on the list. That one that Rob showed, Love and War, is good. Now their debut was okay, but I definitely didn't. I heard that much later, probably after I heard albums 2 and 3, definitely before I got my hands on a copy of the first cassette. But Psycho Schizophrenia is another album that came out while I lived in Minneapolis. I remember talking to Rob on the phone the day it came out. I think he told me it. I think you're the one who told me it had come out. And after I hung up, I ran down to my closest goddamn record store and bought it. And it's different. I mean, it is, like Rob had said earlier, their albums get a little bit different almost every time they put something out. And so at first it was like, okay, this isn't my favorite, but it really, really grew on me over the years. I searched high and low to find that original copy. They eventually, I think it was re-released this past year, but I dropped a pretty dime getting the OG copy of that. So, yeah, an outstanding freaking album. Let's see, for me, Moonlight in Your Blood, Stop the Hate, Those Who Pray, those 3 songs stand out to me. I got to see him live towards the end of 2024 in Denver. Met the guys, had pizza with them after the show. Great bunch of guys. Obviously, Ron is no longer with them. He didn't like gigging anymore, didn't like the touring aspect of it. So he's in a band called Lowside. If you live in the Texas area, I think they do travel a little bit around Texas. Him and Darren DeLatte, who was a former bass player with Lillian Axe as well. Those two are in Lowside together. So get a chance to go out and see him. Ron still has an amazing voice.
Yeah, and as much as I love Poetic Justice, the meat between the slices of bread, Psycho Schizophrenia is easily my number 2 and could be 1A, 1B with Love and War. Like you, it was different. Like Warrant's Ultraphobic was different, and I didn't know how to handle it, and I grew to love both of these fucking albums. So, yeah. Matt Dubai, I'm with you, Louis. Soundtracks make the movie. Scotty Miller, Rob, you should be sleeping. I appreciate your dedication to the channel. Yes, I should be sleeping. All right, it is Dave's turn.
All right, let's see if I offend anyone with my number 6 pick. Here we go.
Nice.
Roxette's Joyride. Obviously, yeah, I know, but I can see Scotty's giving me that look at the top there.
Fuck him. He has no goddamn taste.
The one thing you can say about Per Gessle is he can write a hit. This album is absolutely full of them. I was a fan of theirs before this album. Rest in peace, Marie. Died on my birthday, which is never a good thing. But an album I love from front to back. Like I said, there's not a skippable song on this album, and I'll probably still be playing this when I'm 90. So
no shame there, man. I fucking love Roxette. I have always loved Roxette. My favorite song is on my playlist in my car every single time I make one, and that is Dress for Success. Usually Joyride itself, the song is on there as well. Another band that didn't make it but could have easily, for me, just, You're Not Alone, would have been Ace of Base's debut. Absolutely fucking loved that album. I had bought that CD because I loved All She Wants Is Another Baby, and I was fucking hooked on everything that come out of that thing. So yeah, great album.
Scotty's turning his head like a dog.
All right, my number 6 is the debut album from Extreme. One of the greatest, I suppose, glam metal albums. I wouldn't call it heavy metal because people will, get all pissy with what the real term means. But this is beyond hair metal. It's heavier. It's sleazy, but it's chocked full of fucking harmony. And of course, one of the greatest guitar players to ever grace the 80s and 90s, Nuno Bettencourt, Gary Cherone, Van Halen's best singer. Absolute gifted. If anybody has any question of how talented he is, go and watch the Freddie Mercury tribute where Extreme does the Queen medley, and it'll blow your fucking mind because you'll swear to God Freddie Mercury's on that stage.
There was a lot of talk at one stage about him becoming a lead singer.
And he should have. I mean, Adam Lambert does a good job, but Gary Cherone would have been a dead ringer. Me and Darren had the pleasure to meet the guys and hang out with them for a bit, so that was cool. But this is by far my favorite album. Again, Extreme, another band like Lillian Axe that does change it up album to album. The second album became a little more funky. Then they had their 3 sides, which was kind of Elder-esque. And then they had what I suppose almost a dirty, grungy sound with Waiting for the Punchline. And it just, they're always changing, but this one is my favorite. This is the one I fell in love with. This is the one I always go back to. Not a skippable track for me.
Well, you'd be happy to know then that's on one of my lists for an album review. So.
Oh, good. Okay. Scotty, that's you.
All right. Okay, Louis, got another soundtrack coming at you, brother. The Big Chill.
Never saw that.
Me either. But I got...
He just loves the music.
But anyway, never mind. Get off that shit. This is another one I couldn't find a copy of. I know I got the CD, but I could not find it. So it's time to salute the man, the myth, the legend, the Oz man. Wiz, Speak of the Devil. To me, the best live performance, one of the best live concerts ever done. It never gets talked about, ever. Like Kiss Alive and, Judas Priest. All these bands with these great, which they are great live albums, man. But this one right here is absolutely perfect to a T, too. It never gets spoken about. And it was, and I love this, too. This is my copy of Diary of a Madman. But Speak of the Devil it's perfect. The way he plays, it's all Black Sabbath songs he redoes. Right after this, right after the year after this came out, the year after Randy Rhoads got killed in the plane crash is when he done the Speak of the Devil. And it's fantastic. It sounds better live than the old Black Sabbath recordings on the studio albums. I mean, it's perfect. But, that's not saying a lot because the production on a lot of those old albums weren't that great anyway. But some of the songs were fantastic. But, yeah, salute to Oz at number 6, man. Ain't that number 6 or 7?
Yep.
Number 6, Speak of the Devil.
All right. I know how much Louis likes to wait his turn, so let's run through some comments real quick. Agent 86, I'm hoping that's a typo. Tool Enema.
No, that's the name of the album.
No, that's the name of it.
All right, it's up there for him. Saw them live on that tour, so it's engraved in my memory. Yeah, nostalgia plays a huge part in everything with music.
Having an enema would be engraved in my memory too.
All right, settle something for me here, GF, because that's how GF Jake says it, and I say GF. Is it GF or is it Jeff?
It's just Jeff.
It's just Jeff?
Just like Jeffrey the giraffe from Toys R Us.
Okay. Jar of Flies by Alice in Chains for him. Mr. Make Believe, Roxette's song for Pretty Woman, Must Have Been Love, is a great song. Yes, it is. Zinjam's Animals by Pink Floyd, number 1 for him. Matt Dubai, I hope Extreme lost the master for More Than Words. Okay, Darren seconds that terrific album by Pink Floyd. Judas Priest, British Steel for Zinjams, absolutely a great album. Enema and Rainbow should have gotten together for a while. Zinjams, Scorpions, Blackout, and Scotty Miller, Motley Crue, with a lot of chuckling faces. All right, go ahead, Louis.
All right, this is my second rock album on the list. First album I could show you. I'm going to show you the back first, which you're not going to recognize anyway, because this is something very few people know about, called Snowmen. These are not the hokey cokey dressed like snowmen guys, and then a band that came afterward called Snowmen. These guys are like watching a Kiss coloring book, completely dressed in white face, white wigs, but they played the coolest rock and roll, had a lot of fun. They had this beautiful ability to go from one song into the next without messing up the notes or anything. I used to have a cassette of their live show from Port Hueneme, but unfortunately, when it broke in my car, my wife didn't give me a chance to take it out, to tape it back together. She threw it out in the trash, and I hated her ever since.
Is that where Frosty came from?
No, there's not Frosty. There are videos on YouTube to see what this band looks like. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot, but you can look up Kevin Dever, and Dever, Kevin Dever, and he's got some videos of the band on stage. And that's all I can tell you for now. But the thing is, they never really had a career as opposed to an existence. They from 1977 to 1983 is their lifespan, and they decided just to give it up and quit. But I wish they just kept on going. They were a whole lot of fun. You ever saw them in a club or anything, you'd have the best night of your life until you saw them again. That's all.
All right, Agent 86 laughing. Jaded Louie is back. Yes, the hatred of the wife comment, always amusing. Alejandro in the house, stopping by to say hi to Tunes Brothers. Have a great stream in this sad day for rock music. Yes, it is. Thanks for chiming in, Alejandro. Darren.
All right, it's come to that time where I gotta fess up and put this album where it belongs. Motley Crue.
You're such a liar.
Oh, hey,
Theater of Shame.
that's
No, just kidding. Everybody knows I fucking hate that band. This was a cruel fucking trick. I'm in a Facebook group that buys and sells vinyl and CDs. And I bought something and they threw this in with it. I mean, so this was when I opened up the package, this was a top one, and I thought I got fucking suckered. It said, this is not what I fucking ordered. But yeah, it is Extreme's 3 sides to every story. That is the next album on my list. I really enjoy that debut album. I mean, I love most of their stuff. Waiting for the Punchline was so. That 5th album was horseshit. But the first 3 are definitely always in my top. But yes, 3 sides, it is different, right? It is not like their first 2 albums. It is a little bit more laid back. There are still some excellent songs on there with some heavy guitar from Nuno, including Rest in Peace. But yeah, Stop the World is probably one of my favorites on there, as well as Color Me Blind. Good shit. So yes, I had a hard time not.
7 Sundays.
What's that?
7 Sundays.
7 Sundays, yes. I had a hard time not putting the debut album in here because, again, that is so fucking good. But I went with 3 sides. So that is my latest pick.
All right. Down Under.
Okay. My number 6 is Jeff Wayne's musical version of The War of the Worlds.
What? Is that? What do you mean musical version?
So basically,
it's not a soundtrack. It's actually like the story set to music.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
So you've never heard of that?
No.
Oh, I am shocked. Came out in 1978. Richard Burton was the narrator. Had Chris Thompson from Manfred Mann, Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy, Julie Covington, David Essex.
This one?
No,
I'm talking to Mr. Make Believe.
Mr. Make Believe says, until you correctly choose Meatloaf's Jim Steinman's Bat Out of Hell, you can all go to hell. Go ahead, Dave.
So yeah, it's a mixture of orchestral and rock music, a bit of progressive music. It is an absolute killer album from start to finish. Double LP, which was always great back in the day, because you always felt like you're getting better value for money. Paid an extra $2 for another LP as well. So always on my playlist, never get sick of listening to it. And if you haven't heard it, Rob, I would suggest you give it a go.
Scotty Miller. All I can see if Scotty is the whites of his eyes. That's because Scott likes to emulate like he's on stage. So he's got all the lighting behind him. Warren Schultz, I think, is agreeing with you, Dave. That is one of my favorite albums. I could not stop playing it when it first came out. It is magic.
It is. You should really listen to it, Rob.
Journey's Evolution has to be in my top 10. Okay, so what are we at? Number 5?
6.
6. My number 6. Probably the most perfect rock album that I have ever heard. Ty Ketto's Don't Come Easy debut. We had the pleasure, me and Darren, of interviewing Mr. Danny Vaughn on this channel, an amazing guy and an even more amazing voice. Every song on here could be a radio rock hit, so don't waste your time, Scott. You're not going to find nothing ear bleeding on here. Just good old, rock, not pop, but just radio rock. Absolutely awesome, killer voice, killer songs, killer grooves. You have to listen to it at least once. Anybody out there who has not heard of it, don't bother just Googling Tyketto. Make sure you get Don't Come Easy, because this is the gem of their catalog. Scotty.
All right, number 5. This is on track for Louis. Janis Joplin. Bette Midler. The Rose track. Who remembers that movie anyway?
Yep. Yeah, I do.
It was okay, but anyway, the soundtrack sucked. Nothing against Joplin, but I never was too crazy about her. She was a little too manly for me. But anyway.
He doesn't like them if they can fight back.
But anyway. The real number 5, Quiet Riot. A monumental metal album, dude, that goes number 1. It puts us on top, man. And for good reasons. Great album, great sounding album, great produced album. There is a few songs on here that's but the good on here outweighs the bad big time. This
Weren't they just a Slade cover band?
epic freaking they took Slade's song, really made them freaking awesome. Nothing against Slade, but anyway, Quiet Riot, man, a perfect metal album at the perfect time. And unfortunately, there's only 2 of these guys still alive, and they're actually touring. Believe it or not, I don't know who the singer.
Jizzy Pearl.
I do what?
Jizzy Pearl is the singer.
Really?
Jizzy Pearl, yeah, from what was that band, Darren?
Love Hate.
Love Hate, yeah. Lights Out in the Red Room.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen him twice with Quiet Riot. He does a fucking amazing job, and I'm actually going to see them again, not solely for them. I will be going next month to Stephen Piercy and Warren D. Martini with opening acts Quiet Riot and Vixen.
Yeah, I think I haven't bought the tickets yet, but Quiet Riot is going to be here August 8th, and I plan on going.
That's what Rick was telling me about. Yeah, that'll be good.
All right, Scotty Miller, awesome job, David. Mr. Make Believe, I actually like most of Scotty's spoof album picks. Brave Retreat, The Dawn of Spend the Night is in my top 5. A band that broke up a decade ago and doesn't get much mentioned today. Wasn't that a 50s band?
No? Band. That's a Chicks.
Okay.
Chicks, man.
Darren responds, those are albums that he plays when he tucks it back. All right.
Silence of the Lambs.
Who's fucking turn is it now? Louis?
Louis. You're on mute, Louis.
All right, since I don't have anything to show, first I'm going to mention a couple things. Number 1, I did watch Speed of Light video from beginning to end. I'll give you the positive first. They play well. They sing the way I guess they're singing or the girl's singing the way she wants to sing. There's no bad audio. The talent is up high, but unfortunately, my opinion is they didn't play a single song that I was like, oh, I got to hear that again. None of that came to me at all. But they did give 2 nods to the warning, thanking them for letting me be on the show. And then they said, we can't wait for the warning. So me being a cynical prick that I am, I typed in the comment. It was like, I forget what number, like some timestamp. And I said, true words were never spoken. But, and also, I always thought that the guy, lead singer from The Darkness, sounds like Freddie Mercury. He could have been, I heard he was asked, but he didn't want to. He wanted to have his own career and his own band and everything. So he kind of declined. He wasn't asked in any official capacity. It was kind of like, if you were asked to be the lead singer for Queen, would you do it? He goes, no, I got my own band. Thank you very much. Kind of thing.
Well, he took the Queen's drummer's son.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, Roger
Oh.
Taylor's son is the drummer of Darkness.
Oh, Darkness. Okay, that's a trivia I did not know. Now, my album, I'll say the title, and a lot of people are going to get the wrong artist, thinking of the wrong artist, because there was 2 soundtracks that came out for this movie. That one, and it was the Batman 1989 Tim Burton movie, but it's not Prince soundtrack that I'm advocating. It's the Danny Elfman from Oingo Boingo. I never knew that guy with a band name like that could write such brilliant, masterful work for movies. The guy's really a great composer. So the Batman 1989 soundtrack, composed by Danny Elfman, my number 5. Thank you.
Okay, Brave Retreat, thank you. The Donnas did Strutter cover on Detroit Rock City soundtrack. I knew the name sounded familiar. Just for some reason, I don't know, I was thinking a 50s female band, but thank you. Derek.
That's where Madonna came from.
Yes.
All right. So I was going to mention this later. I wasn't sure if you were going to have it in your list, but this is Ty Ketto's Don't Come Easy. Definitely one of my all-time favorites, without a doubt. Another album that was tough to track down, just due to when they came out. I don't know if it was pressed here. I know they just re-released it.
91 or 92, right?
Yeah, I think 91. But definitely tough to find. I don't even know if it was pressed here originally. But when we were interviewing Danny a few months ago, this actually showed up because I had ordered it from overseas.
Yeah, that's right.
It actually showed up while we were live with Danny. The doorbell rang. It was the postman dropping that off.
You can't make it up. Darren got up out of the interview to go answer the door, and he come back with that album. And Danny was just floored. He's like, "Did you plan that?" No.
Yeah, I had to open the box right there on the show because, yes, it showed up. It was supposed to be there like 3 or 4 days before the show, but for whatever reason was delayed in customs, like in Niagara Falls, New York. But yeah, showed up while we were interviewing Danny. It was kismet, right? Perfect timing. But yes, whole album start to finish. The funny thing about that particular album, I feel sorry for your brother, Rob, because he bought that cassette and then I don't think he ever got it back. Because
I think he got it back once it was a clear tape cassette. I think he got it back once you could no longer read any letters on it, and it was just a clear tape with no writing.
So yeah, we definitely listened to that son of a bitch a lot while cruising. So yeah, it just every time I listen to it, it brings back great memories. So Ty Ketto's Don't Come Easy.
Dynamite Dave.
Okay, 1979. 3 great albums came out. This was one of them. Supertramp's Breakfast in America. I don't know what it's like to have breakfast in America. What's it like, guys?
It's kind of like having breakfast at Tiffany's, but different.
Okay, I haven't had breakfast at Tiffany's either.
Band they named themselves after Rob.
Yes.
Yeah, well, he has his tramp stamp. Once again, another top album from start to finish. The logical song, Breakfast in America, Take the Long Way Home. Yeah, just brilliant. A great way. To me, they're like a pop progressive rock band, and it just really worked. Unfortunately, Roger Hodgson left in the 80s, and they were no longer any good, but we take what we can get, and this was one of their best.
All right, Mr. Make Believe, that's a great album, Dave. Kevin Brown, the Dodgers pitcher. Don Dokken, Up from the Ashes. Have you listened to what?
That album.
Up from the Ashes. Have I listened to it? No, I haven't. I didn't know Don Dokken was putting stuff out on his own. I don't. Is it sound like Dokken? Does he just get the George Lynch clone? Basically, I don't know. Anyway, my number. What are we at? 5?
5. Yep.
5. Seems like we should be higher than that already. God damn, you talk a lot, Lewis. All right. Number 5 for me is, and Lewis, don't ever listen to this album because it is the very definition of big stacked choruses, which I love and I know you hate because God forbid there might be too many voices to be heard at one time. Baton Rouge, Shake Your Soul. This is a banger from top to, even the fucking ballads are bangers on this. Like I said, if you like the big group harmony that could never be replicated live on stage without 10 extra people or a backing track, you'll love this album. And trust me, I never got to see them live, but I've seen some YouTube stuff. They're fucking horrible live because they can't replicate that sound. But for the album, which is what we're talking about, this band is fucking magic. 3 albums. This Lights Out on Your Playground, Lights Out on the Playground, and one of our biggest pet peeves, the third and then self-titled Baton Rouge. But yes, an amazing album. Kelly Keeling's got an amazing fucking voice. I love big choruses, so this is right up my alley.
We found that album. We found that cassette in I think it was a pawn shop in Aberdeen on a road trip.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Great fucking album. Good choice.
I just want to say I'm not big for overlayer choruses on some songs, not on every single song in existence in the world. I might like the big choruses on that album.
Well, then listen to it because I think you'd musically really like it.
Because I just think for the song, Get All You Can Take by Kiss, that track, that song, the choruses are overlayered. I believe on my Kiss Alive 5, I have the live version, which is, my Kiss Alive 5, which doesn't know there is no Kiss Alive 5, but I have a Kiss Alive 5, spans the career point from Eric Carr and Bruce Kulick with the band. So that's all I got, or Kulick, whatever. And that's all I got to say on the overlaying of choruses.
Mr. Make Believe, where the hell is Gigi? We might as well join hands and sing Macho, Macho Man. Yeah, it is a sausage fest in here, but
Macho Man.
Scotty, it's time for you to unveil number 4.
Wouldn't be funny if it's the Village People.
The album that was the guy named, give it a title after me, man. And I appreciated him for it, and everything. So, and he ain't with us anymore. It's Michael Jackson's Bad album. And it's probably my second favorite album he ever done.
Nobody's falling for your shit anymore, all right?
I done pulled it too damn much on this episode, ain't I? A band that Darren just spoke about, actually, I couldn't believe it. It's absolutely fantastic, and I know he loves them. I know he's a closet fan, whatever, but Motley Crue Shout at the Devil, bro.
It's a great fucking album.
This, man, I'm telling you, 1980 to 83, 84 was just, a lot of mine are in that area. Front to back, man, blew us away. Yeah, I had a classmate that I had the cassette at the time, and I had it at school. And he looked at Vince Neil and said, "She's pretty." I'm like, dude, it's a fucking guy, man. Okay. He don't have a shirt on, but yeah, man, that's where that dude looks like a lady comes from.
Dude looks like a lady. Yes.
Yeah. But one rocking album by them. It's my favorite album still to this day they've ever done, front to back. And yeah, this is where the Motley Crue train began for me in my life. I did not hear or know they had another album when this came out, because I don't think it came out before this. But anyway,
it's funny that you should say front to back, because that's the same way that you should wipe with that CD.
Not back to front.
No, you never want to push that shit forward. I always wipe front to back.
It'll go straight into your vagina, Scott.
All right. True story, real quick. I bought that album. Actually, me and my best childhood friend, Greg Rockenbach, chipped in and bought that album. Probably 4th and 5th graders at the time. I don't know. His mom saw the album and chewed our asses up one side of the fucking wall and down the other, and we were forced to throw it away. So
sounds like a good mum.
Was that Judy?
Yes.
Yeah.
If we had to do it, we were going to have fun doing it. So we burnt the album cover and used the record as a frisbee till it shattered. Judy, if you're ever watching this, I will find you and you will reimburse me one OG copy of Shout at the Devil. There you go. True story. Louis.
All right, well, if you're going to put up something with bad on the title, you might as well put up Weird Al's Bad Hair Day, which is probably a much, much better album and really cool, but that's not my pick. I just happen to love that album. My number 4, I don't have a copy in my presence, but I know it well enough to say I love it a lot. That's Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry. I think that's a really damn good album. I think all their albums have good stuff, but that one has the most good songs on it. And it's a solid rocker. So that's all I have on that because I have nothing else to say.
Comment of the night, Matt Dubai, front to back, taint no other way. Very clever usage of the word taint. Darren.
I actually go back to back. That way it's all there. You know, nothing gets at the front at all. No chance.
Scotty's stories are like hanging out at a bait and tackle store listening to bullshit fish stories. That Scotty Miller loves you, Scott.
All right, next up, Warrant's Dog Eat Dog. I had a difficult time choosing between this one and the album that came after this, Ultraphobic. Yeah, which was just released on vinyl for the first time. That's Ultraphobic. My copy arrived on Saturday. But I went with Dog Eat Dog since I felt that they were both very close. I went with the one that came out first. And we did get to see them on that Dog Eat Dog tour. But April 2031, Andy Warhol was right. Bitter Pill. Those are some of my favorite tunes off that album. Warren is definitely one of my favorite bands from that time period, the 80s and 90s. Rest in peace, Janie Lane. I think, in my opinion, he was a tremendous songwriter, singer, and frontman. Sad day in music that was when we lost him as well, like today, as we all remember OZZY. But yes, Warrant Dog Eats Dog is my latest.
Mr. Make Believe, Dog Eat Dog is an awesome album, so overlooked back then. Correct. Brian Steele chiming in, asking how the Tunes brothers are doing, and he says, okay, my top 10, and that was about 2 minutes ago now, so I'm assuming he's working on giving us his top 10. So until then, Dave.
I'll fill some time for him. So this next album for me is the only modern album in my list, and most of you know me, you're not going to be surprised by this, but it is The Warnings.
God.
To me, a great album, front to back. I wouldn't say there's a weak song on this album. See, there you go.
Yes, the one I will be getting signed tomorrow night.
It's a gatefold just for one album, like the Elder was.
So this is the RSD, the Record Store Day release. It's a double album on 180 grain.
Okay.
Or 180 gram. So
yeah, I had 180 grain. I use it for sandpaper, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
Gram, 180. Yes. So yes,
Gigi is in the house now, everybody. So put your sausages away.
But like I said, yeah, there's not a bad track on this album, and
there's one
becoming one of my favorite.
There's one, sir.
You're talking about Intro?
No, I'm talking about Kool-Aid.
That's grown on me a little bit. It's not that bad.
Hey. Gigi's here. We can all pretend to be straight now. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Number 1 for Brian Steele is Purple Rain, and we'll continue his list as they become available to us. My number 4?
Yep.
Has already been up on this Annals picks. Can you guess who had it?
Darren.
Correctamundo. Hardline, Double Eclipse, absolutely amazing. Shocked, not that I knew Neil Schon was good. Shocked that he would be in a metal band. A lot of people call Journey rock. I wouldn't go that far. I consider them more pop band with an electric guitar. But Hardline, absolutely amazing. And Hardline 2, not as epic, but very good as well. Amazing melodic, hard rock music. Check them out. Scott T.
Number 3, we're getting there, guys. Can you believe it? This has been a slow crawl. But anyway, there's one original member of the Beatles in this band. It's called Wings Back to the Egg. Fantastic freaking album, front to back. Yeah, I know. Y'all are agreeing with me, I can tell.
Here's my question. Why wasn't 10 through 1 AC/DC?
It could have
Because
been
he was only having one band.
Yeah.
Okay, you're only doing one band?
one great
Okay.
album. But no, number 3, the best album Def Leppard has ever put out, Pyromania. Iconic, heavy, rocking, and I love High and Dry almost as equal. It's my second favorite. And this was definitely the point where they just took over, man. Yeah, High and Dry was good, but it didn't have the it wasn't pushed like this one was. It didn't have the production and I guess the backing, because basically a lot of things you've seen off High and Dry came after you started seeing the videos from this one. And then it kind of took off, especially with the ballad. But Pyromania, monumental Def Leppard album, perfect from front to back. Number
All right. Mr. Make Believe says Back to the Egg is fucking brilliant.
I didn't say it wasn't.
Okay.
I said
Louis. Porky's soundtrack? Revenge of the Nerds.
No soundtrack. One
Okay.
of the most famous albums ever, controversial. It is not fake live as much as people think. It's just a little touched up with extra crowd noise, a tweak here and there. Kiss Alive. This
Attaboy.
album is so cool. And like Rob's opinion that the intro guy sounds like a wimp, he's totally wrong. He's the coolest intro guy they ever had, You
wanted the best and you got it.
He doesn't sound like that. He sounds like this. You wanted the best and you got it. The hottest band land, Kiss. There. Wait a minute.
Okay, let's take a vote, everybody out there watching. Who's more badass sounding, a Live 2 announcer guy or a Live 1? I think we all know the answer. Yes. Thank you, Scotty. Matt Dubai agrees, Scotty, after Pyromania, Def Leppard became more of a ... I don't know, successful band.
Yeah.
Now, I want to get back to this. When I saw this album in the store, I was scared to death to buy it. I was thinking if I bought that album and put it on my record player, they were going to jump out of the record somehow and beat the living shit out of me. And I was too scared. It was another person I knew had this album at the library. We went upstairs and finally listened to it with our headphones. Because they used to have stations you can play albums and have up to 4 people listening on the same turntable. And oh my God, that's the most wicked, coolest thing I ever fucking heard in my life. The wild guitars, the chords, the singing, everything. So number 3, Kiss Alive. Oh, and I always thought these 2 people in the back were girls. They're dudes. Okay.
No, they're just gay.
Yeah.
So how did that announcer guy sound?
You mean the Alive 2 or the Alive 1?
Live 1.
Okay. First, I'll give you a Live 2. You are the best you got, the best ever Kiss. Look at old man. Okay? Where the first guy, he sounds like a real dude. You wanted the best and you got it. The hottest band in the land, Kiss. That's
Must
the
have been-
real way.
I reckon you were playing your record slow, so he sounded deeper.
No. He didn't.
Okay. Scotty Miller says the Alive 2 announcer. Mr. Make Believe, Alive 2 by
yeah,
100
yeah.
country miles.
No way.
All right. Gigi, my sister bought me Kiss Alive 2 for Christmas. Best album ever. Okay. Now, back to Brian Steele. He had Purple Rain at number 1, Revenge at number 2, Hysteria at number 3, Bad Out of Hell at number 4, Poison's Flesh and Blood making a fucking appearance at number 5, Tesla's only good album, Mechanical Resonance, 7, probably Alice Cooper's best album, in my opinion, Constrictor, 8, Cherry Pie, and Error number 10, Sound of Madness. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, number 9, Errors. What is Sound of Madness?
I'm thinking, if I'm correct, it's
The Shine Down?
That's Shine
yeah.
Down.
Well, yep, Shine Down, Sound of Madness.
Good
Okay.
album.
So thanks for your list there, Brian Steele. J.R. Smalling, Kiss Original Road Manager and a live introduction. Rest in peace. Okay. Smalling was in reference to his voice. Scotty Miller, Lewis, I've been living my life wrong. Will you take me under your wing and straighten me out?
No. After you picked Alive 2 over Alive 1 for who's got the best intro?
Okay. Gigi, I love Bad Out of Hell 2. Agreed. Do you love it 2 or do you love Bad Out of Hell Part 2? Oh,
No, that was shit.
Yes. Okay. Brian Steele, I saw The Warning Sunday night. They were freaking awesome. Robin Darren, you will love it. And what? We had an off night for Pow. Seems like she's got one of those every other fucking week. What a fucking prima donna. She didn't have her voice, so missed the Evolve screen. Oh, poor Pow. All right. Shine Down equals Sound of Madness. Can I Play with Madness? Who was that? Queensryche? No, Iron Maiden.
Oh, Iron Maiden.
Rest in peace, Ozzy. Yes, Brian Steele. Gigi. Oops. She did it again. First album, Ops. All right. And Damn It Boy. Okay. We're all caught up. It's Darren's turn, right?
Yep. Next up on my list is Wild Side's Under the Influence. Another great band from like the glam metal, hair metal scene. They came out too late, right? They came out at the very end of it. Fucking grunge had already hit the scene, and you could see that influence on Wild Side's second album, which was not anywhere near the level of excellence that Under the Influence was. But
Disposable was a good song.
Yes, Disposable was the only good song on that album. And after falling in love with this one, and I waited forever for that second one to come out. I was actually working at a video and music store when it came out. Rob and Shannon stopped in to buy it, and Rob came back about 30 minutes later and said, "You can fucking have it." It was that goddamn bad. Yeah, very disappointed in that second one, but this one, Hang On Lucy, starts off the album kick ass. Everything on here, So Far Away, Monkey See, Monkey Do, Lad and Sin, which was pretty fucking.
Hold on. We got breaking news from Scotty Miller. He said Ozzy passed away.
Yeah, sorry.
Thanks, Scott.
Yep. But anyway, that wraps it up for Wild Side. If you haven't checked them out and you're into that kind of music, you gotta listen to that album.
Gigi, don't suppose anyone here likes the Jesus Christ Superstar track? Well, I'm kind of scared of lightning if I say no. But honestly, I've never heard of it. I mean, I've heard of it, the play or whatever, but I've never heard the soundtrack.
That's Marilyn Manson, right?
No. It's like a Broadway play that a lot of people it's like Phantom of the Opera and Hair and all that.
Gary Sharon.
Well,
Gary Sharon did that play.
I think so did Sebastian Bach, I think.
Yeah, there was the play soundtrack and there's the movie soundtrack. So you get two different soundtracks, but I don't.
Okay, so Scotty Miller truly doesn't know. He said he did or didn't. Ozzy passed away.
He did.
I'm confused. He did. He died today at 76 years old, 2 Parkinson's complications. Oh my God, never heard it. Wow, I thought Evie has. Well, that's some ebonics you're pulling out of me there. Evie has. I'm assuming that means everyone has. No, I have not. Okay. Came out in 77. Good. And Yanni's Elements song is good on there.
Yvonne.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Yanni.
I don't know how to love him. I don't know how to.
You remember Yanni? Yanni was cool. He had long hair.
It was
Dave.
a girl. It's Yvonne. So my number 3 is by a band that some idiot on this panel once said did their best work in the 80s. So the idiot's in the middle. ELO's Out of the Blue, 1977, double album. Once again, just fantastic from start to finish. The way they blend the orchestral stuff with rock music is just brilliant. Nothing that came out in the 80s came anywhere near close to this. So, Louis, you're an idiot.
Hey, wait a minute. When did I say anything like that?
When we did an ELO one, we did a
I
song
never
battle.
did.
We did an ELO song battle, and you came out and said they did their best work in the 80s. Rob will remember,
I do remember.
because we chastised you then.
I don't think I said that. I said I had an album that I borrowed. I don't remember what year it was from, and I said that had lots of good stuff on it.
No, you actually said
what songs are on that album you just showed?
That you'd know.
Just name the album, name the songs, and I'll tell you if I know
Mr. Blue Sky?
them.
Yep.
I know that one.
There you go. Well, there you go.
How's it go?
Keep going. Mr. Blue Sky. Whatever. I don't give a shit. Just name the songs real quick.
Oh, I'd have to get the bloody album thing out.
Okay. Yeah,
Turn to
that's
Stone, Sweet Talking Woman.
Yeah, I don't hate those songs. What makes you think I hate those songs?
Which album
I
was
didn't
it?
say you hated them. I said you said they did their best work in the 80s.
Look, I wish I could remember the song titles I like best, what album we're from, whatever.
Don't bring
You
me
had
down.
Calling America,
Out of
Yeah.
the Blue. Turn to
which
Stone.
is a shocker.
Turn to Stone. It's Over. Sweet Talking Woman. Across the Border. Night in the City. Starlight. Jungle. Believe Me Now. Stepping Out. Standing in the Rain. Big Wheels. Summer and Lightning. Mr. Blue Sky. Sweet as the Night. The Whale. Birmingham Blues. And Wild West Hero.
In Louis' defense, it does not have their best songs.
So one of the sides is called Concerto for a Rainy Day, which is all the songs blend into a one big track.
Yeah.
All right.
Whatever.
I like being interrupted, so let's do some comments. Yes, Richard Vasquez, I learned that as well today. The Warning live album will be
Pre-ordered.
coming out, and they will be having a live theater in select theaters. I'm assuming I'd be hard-pressed to think it'll be everywhere, but the concert will be in theaters, and you can pre-order the live album. Now, they do have 3 songs they released from the live album that
Yes,
you
they
can
do.
listen to, which I have not, because I am an awesome reactor who does not believe in spoiling shit that he knows he's going to have to do in the near future.
So I pre-ordered the album.
Okay, good. Matt
150 of my
Dubai,
Australian dollars.
Yanni and his flute. Yes. God choice. I think she meant good choice. Oh my God, typos. Yes, good choice. Warren Schultz, Dave, you're knocking it out of the park now. Jeff Lynne is a musical god, says Mr. Make Believe. Don't
the
tell
fifth-
Jeff Lynne that. His fucking head's big enough. The guy's an absolute douchebag. But
The
yes, he's
Fifth
good.
Beatle.
Gigi's laughing at Lewis. Most people do. Scott Miller, I hope will be as calm-minded as Lou when I get to be his age. Okay, we've got a list from Christopher Cunningham. Number 1, Firehouse's Hold Your Fire. Holy shit. Number 2, not their debut. Appetite for Destruction. Look what the cat dragged in. Slippery When Wet. Dog Eat Dog. Pyromania. Lick It Up. Slaughter's debut. That would be Stick It To Ya. Number 9, Bark at the Moon, and number 10, Highway to Hell. This list is right up Scott's alley here. You got Look What the Cat Dragged In, you got Pyromania, Lick It Up, you got fucking Bark at the Moon, and Highway to Hell. Christopher is your brother from another mother. All right, Mr. Make Believe, Big Wheels, and Unsung Classic on there.
That's right, Mr. Make Believe.
All right. So my number 3, let's see. I don't think I have. Oh yeah, I did. Big surprise here. Lick It Up. This my top 3 Kiss albums of all time. Darren has already put one up. They can flip depending on my mood. This was iconic for the time. Obviously, the makeup, the video, seeing them without said makeup, having a huge chuckle as the video camera purposely tries to keep Vinny off the screen as they're walking down the street. Absolutely amazing, heavy fucking badass Kiss album. One of my favorites of all time. Not a skippable track. Even though the All Hell's Breaking Loose video is slightly embarrassing, the song is good. Scotty.
Yes. Okay. Number 2. This ought to be number 1, and so far I think it's better than anything you guys have put up. So here we go. Ace Frehley, 10,000 volts, baby.
No, you didn't. No.
Yes.
No, you would have had the other original Ace really first.
Yeah, you're so full of shit. We're not buying it, Scott.
The good thing is, though, Darren, when you think about it, all the others have been joke albums, and he's gone with the same tradition.
Number 2. Whoever you are, homeboy, you rock, brother. Highway to Hell. Number 2, AC/DC, man. This is where it began for me with this band. The first thing I ever heard from this band. And perfect album, hard rocking album. Sadly, the last album Bon Scott would do with the band. And, you know, died, I think, while they were on that tour or right after it won. I can't remember. It was 1980. This came out in 79. Perfect AC/DC rocker right here, man. The introduction to my AC/DC highway right here. Highway to Hell.
The Hershey Highway?
Lewis.
All right. Well, first of all, whatever I said about ELO, I can't exactly remember. What I got most offended by is that fact I'm called a fucking idiot because I prefer other ELO songs over something famous. Okay, there's no fucking call for that. I've never called anyone this damn a fucking idiot, and I don't think I should have to be called a fucking idiot because which Dave does regularly to me. But anyway,
Grab some tissue.
My number 2 pick for this wonderful video we're doing, which unfortunately I do not have any hard copy of, but I prefer this. Even though I love Air, it's a fantastic album, I still think Queen of the Murder Scene at number 2 edges out as my ultimate favorite Warning album and my number 2 album of all time until further notice. And that's all for number 2.
All right.
Got a problem with that, Scotty?
All right. Next up for me, although this is not the OG, this is the Record Store Day from this year's version of it, which is live and demos, but that is Sweet's Desolation Boulevard. Fantastic fucking album from a fantastic band. Hooked from the moment I heard their stuff. Definitely. We're obviously No You Don't is probably by far in a way my favorite Sweet song. But AC/DC is, you know, a good song name, horrible band, but a good song. And the 16s. I'm just giving you shit, Scotty. Don't take that the wrong way. But yes, yeah. Desolation Boulevard is my pick at number 2.
Don't have a cry, Scotty. All right. Number 2, we'll stay in the same theme, Darren, because I have Sweet Vanny Adams at number 2. One we touched on just a couple of weeks ago when we did our battle. This, to me, was close to being the number 1. I said there's not a weak track on it. This, to me, was the start of probably my heavier rock music, because Sweet were pretty much known as bubblegum pop before that. But this showed a different side, and this turned me on to just heavy music, and haven't looked back since. So number 2, and as I said, been there for 50 years.
All right, I'm sure Scott has mentioned this back when we were covering the albums. Brian Steele, wasn't Dirty Deeds the last Bon Scott album? I don't know.
No. How the hell was?
Highway to Hell was. Okay. Warren Schultz, Lewis Rules. Christopher Cunningham, Don't Bring Me Down is Lewis' anger song from ELO. He uses it as therapy. All right. Gigi, Lewis, do you sit there because you're by a window or because it has good sound?
Because it has good lighting.
Okay. All right. So we at number 2 already?
Number 2, yes.
Yes.
All right. I know everybody else is deciding to one artist, one album. So I guess I'll have to fucking cave in and say, go fuck yourself. Creatures of the Night. Look, man, this is not, I could have easily made, truth be told, I could name 10 Kiss albums I like better than any album I put up here. So I think I was being rather generous by keeping them out of the mix this long. This is the single best produced album I have ever fucking heard. The song is like nothing else that has ever been done. The sound is just epic. The songs are as heavy as Kiss has ever fucking been. If you were on the fence with Kiss or thought they were too, commercial, listen to this fucking album. Because if you're into early AC/DC and Zeppelin and Black Sabbath, you cannot not like this fucking album. So there you go. Scott.
All right, guys. Number 1, we're at the finale. All bullshit aside, no more screwing around. I'm out of albums to screw around with now anyway. So, number 1, this is the number 1 album over everyone's right here, bar none. The Peter Criss solo album is the best album on the planet. I love you, Pete. Just fucking with you, but you are on the best album on the planet. Rock and Roll Over, bro. Where it began for me, all this began for me. This is probably the most important album in my life right here, man. And it is fantastic front to back. Love everything on it. Just like Rob with Creatures, I love everything on that. We've got some honorable mentions coming up, by the way. Yeah, I could have put 10 Kiss albums on this list just like that.
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Over me is Kiss, especially in the 70s. This emulates them to a T. Destroyer, the first 3, yeah, but this is where I came in, and it was an 8-track, and I've been mesmerized ever since with rock and roll. This was my way. Love it, always will, and one of the best album covers ever put out.
All right, Mr. Make Believe. Anyone who doesn't have at least one Kiss album in their top 10 is a, quote, fucking idiot.
Well, I hope I've got one of my number 1 then.
I have a lot.
Louis.
I haven't got any.
Okay, I'm going to do the classic traditional thing. First of all, I want to say, you got to realize Scotty planned this whole thing out for the episode, stacking the albums up accordingly, then picking them up one at a time. He was well prepared to do this thing to try to fool us every time. And every time, Scott, I thought you were serious on your first album that we drowned. But I want to do things differently, the traditional way, the classic way, the logical way, where you put your honorable mentions before you mention your number 1. And I'm going to throw in, I only had one honorable mention, but I'm going to give 2 of them. And that is, one of them, that was Ozzy Osbourne, Speak of the Devil. But I don't have a hard copy. I just have a CD somewhere around the house. But this is Foghat Live. Came out, I believe, in 1976. Fantastic band, fun to listen to. That's the inside. There's the back part. You can see the concert stuff going on. It's only 6. It's a single album with 6 songs. 3 on each side and all that. But my number one favorite album of all time.
Hold on, Louis. Hold on, Louis.
Hold on. I was getting ready to fake y'all out with a Foghat album. I've got the Foghat Boogie Motel album. I was getting ready to use that one, and I didn't because I actually.
Well, that's got some good songs on it. I have that album in the CD play.
Okay, now
box set.
leading up to the only person who matters.
The Bobby Pickett reissue Monster Mash album 1973 version. This does all Bobby Pickett songs, Monsters. He does the Boris Karloff voice, the Bela Lugosi voice, and other characters are involved in it. It's got songs, it's got music, and there's dialogue and acted out scenes and everything. It's just a fun, all around entertaining album that's made me so freaking happy through most of my childhood. This is a copy. My original, I don't know what happened to it, but this is the very first album I ever bought with my own money when I was 12 years old back in 1973. So this is a cool listen. It's fun to listen to. It's got like 50s, 60s type rock music involved in it and stuff because the original album came out in 1962. But it's a fun album. I mean, look at that freaking vampire, man. That is so cool. All right. So there you go. My favorite all-time album because it just makes me feel so good to listen to it.
So how many wooden nickels did that cost you when you bought that when you were 12?
I'm getting hurt.
All right. Not to buy. Is that a bug zapper or is Scotty landing a plane? That is a lightsaber. All right, Mr. Make Believe. Lewis appreciates good preparation. Christopher will add a honorable mention in Skid Row's debut, the very last good Skid Row album, I might add. Darren, that's his glow-in-the-dark butt plug. All right. You're number one, Darren.
All right. Well, I had 5 honorable mentions before I get to my number one. I won't go into the details. I'll just list them off. And I could have had a ton more. Like I said, my original list was like somewhere between, well, just under 30, I think 28. But I went with Harem Scarums, Mood Swings, Danger Dangers, Screw It, their second album, TNT's Realized Fantasies, Brother Kane's self-titled debut album, and Kix's Blow My Fuse. Those were my 5 honorables before said number one, which is Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon.
Why not The Wall?
Yes.
No, The Wall is a great album.
No, I'm not trying to be a smartass. I haven't listened to either. I'm sure I've heard things off of each, but I hear that controversy all the time between Dark Side of the Moon and The Wall. Which one? You think Dark Side of the Moon's better?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I mean, it's a personal choice, but I have an OG copy of The Wall too. Like I said, they're probably 1A and 1B. I mean, for me anyway. I mean, but Dark Side, I think the whole thing just gels better. And like you, Rob, I have yours is more of a major problem with The Wall. To me, it's a minor disturbance, and that's the unhinged voice in certain songs.
Guy?
So you don't have that on Dark Side. It is just, I mean, this album, I mean, I forget the actual length of time, but give me 1 second.
While you're looking, Gigi's favorite, a favorite of hers is Aerosmith's 9 Lives.
All right. So Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the Moon spent a record-breaking 741 weeks on the Billboard Hot 200 albums chart before it finally dropped off in 1988.
And that's when everybody's high wore off and they started listening to something else.
741 weeks. There are 52 weeks in a year for those people who are counting along. So it was in the charts for a very long time. So
what year was that?
And that, again, that does not have any bearing on the reason why I chose that album, right? We all know better that shouldn't make any difference in our choice as to why, but that's, to me, again, it's just a fantastic fucking album. So
What year was that album?
Two, right?
73.
Holy shit, that old?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Make Believe, The Wall was Bob Ezrin, but I prefer the final cut. I can
that's
definitely
shitty.
see how Bob Ezrin's coked out ass was involved with The Wall. That makes perfect sense.
Final cut was horrible.
Dave!
1973. So 15 years it was in the top 200.
That's before all the good music, though, came out, right?
88? There was still plenty of good music in
You
88.
said 73.
Yeah, but it was in the charts until 88.
Until 1988?
15 years. It was in the top 200 of Billboard. for
Christ, that's a
15
lot of
fucking
doobie
years.
smoking. All right, Dave.
Okay, so I will give my my 5 honorable mentions. I have Kisses Lick It Up, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, The Cars' Heartbeat City, Ozzy Osbourne's Bark at the Moon, and another Pink Floyd. I also have The Wall as an honorable mention. But apparently, if you don't have a Kiss album on this, you're a fucking idiot. So, luckily for me, my number 1 album of all time is Kiss's Creatures of the Night.
That a boy.
I have redeemed myself to Mr. Make Believe, I think it was, who said it. But as we said when I did the episode, I always said it was my favourite album. I was giving it away today because I'm wearing the shirt anyway. So you should have all known what it was going to be. But just a great album from front to back, and brought Kiss really back to what we knew they were. Not that there's anything wrong with Unmasked and the Elder, but yeah, I think we're all appreciative that they came back hard and strong. So
Yes, Scotty.
All right. Before you go, Rob, I'll go ahead and give my honorable mentions, and that
Okay.
way yours at one time. Honorable mentions for me is the first, of course, 6 Kiss studio albums. AC/DC, Back in Black, For Those About to Rock, both of those albums. That's just 2 for me, though. And Metallica, Master of Puppets, Led Zeppelin 2, Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance. Those are my honorable mentions.
my 5 honorable mentions are 10 albums.
Yes.
I could have put more. I did have more. Scorpions, Blackout. Man, it went on and on.
Oh,
dude.
yeah. Ryan Steele's honorable mentions. This could be very long, but he limits this to Bat Out of Hell 2, Creatures of the Night, Born in the USA by the communist assbag himself, Pyromania, and Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich. Yes, Born in the USA is a good album, but Bruce Springsteen needs to burn in hell and go live in some third world country so he finds out how fucking good he has it here. All right. And Gigi, that's too funny, Scott. Yeah, the first 6 studio albums, that's 1 honorable mention. That's how good Kiss was. All right. So I suppose I'll do my honorable mentions just to do things Louis' way.
The right way.
Kiss Destroyer, Striper, In God We Trust. That's right. Not To Hell with the Devil. In God We Trust. Sweet's Desolation Boulevard, the American release. Rats, Invasion of Your Privacy. And another band that needs to shut their pie hole in the media about their beliefs, but at one time put out great music, The Offspring's Ixnay on the Ombre. And my number 1, anybody who's paid attention to any videos we've ever done should know this. The greatest album of all time, I have said time and time again on this podcast. The greatest frontman, the greatest vocalist, and the coolest motherfucker to ever grace a stage, Mr. Paul Stanley's 78 solo album, We just got done talking about this a while ago, so I'm not going to go over it. It's top to bottom great, except for one song.
Yeah.
We all won't even fucking go there. We know what it is. But other than that, that is my number one. Gigi, I hate Bruce Springsteen. Thank you for saying that, Rob. Yes.
Me too.
Brian Steele, agree. Bruce is not a favorite artist of mine, but I love Born USA album. Yes. Gigi, I love Rat. Yes. Scotty Miller, Offspring, blah, blah. Can't stand them. Scotty, settle down. Gigi, too funny. Okay. So there we have it.
You know what I was surprised about through all this, Rob?
What?
I mean, other than me and you both had Paul Stanley in our top 10, no Ace Frehley solo album from Scott in his top 10 or his honorable mentions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you always say how great that album is.
I had to cut the fat, man. I just had to keep cutting, man. I had honorable mentions a whole damn page.
But
Warren
I would
Schultz.
say Ace Frehley's album,
Done
solo album is better than Kiss's first
One
album.
honorable mention.
Warren Schultz. Sadly, I did not see a single Moody Blues album in the bunch. I only know a handful of songs, honestly, Warren.
I do like Long Distance Voyager.
What?
Their album, Long Distance Voyager.
Oh, okay. Scotty Miller is going to see Stephen Pearcy in Buffalo in August. Awesome. Okay, so the only surprise here for me is that Scott's list wasn't more heavily AC/DC and Motley Crue, but hey, cool.
Well, yeah, it could have been.
Yeah, and that's the bitch of it, right? I could have done this all fucking day. I could have easily come up with fucking 50 albums that I think are better than anything that's been put out in the last 30 years.
Yes.
It'd be a 12-hour podcast.
And for those of you who may or may not call me out on for what I said on the warnings video of how I thought Error was probably in my top 10 albums, you're saying, hey, it wasn't, and it wasn't even an honorable mention. You really do forget how great music was when you start only focusing on today's music. And then all you got to do is spend an afternoon like I did, pulling my all-time favorite albums from my memory and listening to them going, okay, yeah, the warning's great, but bitch, please, not even close to the real boys. And it's not a shot girls versus boys. I'm saying the greatest era of music was 70s, 80s. Nobody can fucking argue it. And maybe unless you're 80 years old and you grew up on 50s and 60s or something. The most memorable, the most replayed, the most recognized music is from the 70s and 80s. So what the warning is pulling off now is simply amazing that they've captivated my attention for this long. But when I go back and compare it, there's no comparison. And I'll just leave it there.
3 of us had warning albums, didn't we?
What?
I had one. Scotty had Louis had one, didn't you? Your top 10?
Oh, yeah, Louis did.
Yeah, and Darren did too, didn't you?
No, Darren was just showing the Error album.
Okay.
No, it's a damn good album, right? But I don't think
You're talking about Kiss, AC/DC, fucking Pink Floyd. I mean, the fucking suite, the bands we're listing are absolutely fucking legendary. Even though I'm not a Metallica. I mean, these fucking bands are so on top and otherworldly that for some band to come out now, whether it's the warning or anybody else, there's all kinds of, I love Smoking Snakes. They are not even close to in the league of these bands we mentioned, even the obscure ones that me and Darren mentioned. So much immense fucking talent. The only thing they were missing from being Rat or Motley Crue was the fucking corporate push. So, I mean, you got an uphill battle with old fogies like us, maybe not Dave, was selling a band that's come out in the last 10 years as being in the league of these bands. I just don't ever see it happen.
And
we're not talking about bands, we're just talking about a particular album, though, aren't we, Sam?
Yeah, but with those great bands comes an unbelievable album.
Right, I do like a lot of newer stuff, newer bands. And yes, Error is a great album, but I just have a history with too many others at this point.
That's just it. I mean, we got 50 years, people. And like for me, especially, I have been heavily listening to music like most people do now when I was 5. That was my life. Scotty too. I can't speak for Dave and Louie. I know Darren kind of came into the music scene in his teens, but 5 years old, people. You know how much music I have experienced that I have to say this new band, how does it measure up? I mean, how does this new album measure up when I have 30, 40 years of listening to a nostalgic album? I mean, it's very hard. To Dave's point, we're not talking about bands, we're talking about albums, and that's why I just added that. Something as simple as Twisted Sister Stay Hungry. If we did a battle with Warning, Error, I can pretty much promise you they're going to lose because of the nostalgia. The songs might not be as good, but to me, they will be because it's ingrained in my fucking DNA at this point. All I can say is I was well aware of that error, and I had it on my list, trying to find a place to slot it, and I just kept finding another album from the 80s especially that just kept bumping it down. And that's just honesty for me, man. That's just honesty.
And no disrespect to anything.
No, absolutely. I love Error. I think it's probably the best album I've heard in 10 years. Maybe second to Smoking Snake's debut album. But I can't go further back than that. I mean, Offspring. I mean, I had to fight between Smash, Ixnay, and Rise Fall, which one I was going to put in here. I mean, there are so many bands, even from the 2000s, that had such great fucking albums. Collective Soul. I mean, I know Scott hates them, but I'm saying 90s, 2000s even. There's so many great albums in my history that for anything new, I would have loved to put Smoking Snakes in here. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, net.
Let's be fair, guys. The good thing about this is it's what you like.
Absolutely.
No right,
that's the
right or
beautiful
wrong
thing about it. Because honestly, there ain't an album on my fucking list that would be on any Rolling Stone or Billboard success. Because the Kiss albums I chose didn't do shit. I mean, literally my album is garbage to anybody who, comes from Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin and Beatles and all these mega chart toppers, right? But I don't care. It's what I like.
Yeah.
You never have to justify what you like.
You're absolutely
Oh,
true.
no. For some reason, I have to justify what I like to Dave.
Yeah, we're still banging on about that, Louis.
Yeah, I'm going to keep, because this is not an isolated incident. You've done it in many videos.
All right, let me catch up on some comments. Scott, do you want to ditch out? You're always ditching. Yes, Ozzy, rest in peace, man.
Yeah, man, you brought us so great memories, especially for me and the music. There you go, untouchable. I could have went with Black Sabbath, Ozzy, for God's sakes, in the top 10. But yeah, man, I'm gonna have to cut out. But hey, y'all just let me know what's next. See you guys later, man.
Take it easy, man.
See you, mate.
Okay, so I got that comment already. Anyone heard of Shaman's Harvest from Gigi?
Yes.
Really?
I responded to her. I enjoy Shaman's Harvest. I mean, they're not I don't think they're a well-known band or very big, but I have quite a few of their songs in my Spotify playlist. I do enjoy them.
She also says today's music is shit. For the most part, yes, I would agree with that. Mr. Make Believe.
Disagree.
That's because you suck.
No.
Mr. Make Believe.
Hey! Don't insult him, mate. Don't insult him.
I'd say what's commercially popular sucks, but people today are still putting out good music.
I said mostly true. Thank you. Mr. Make Believe, all the guys other claim to be the best frontman don't play an instrument. Our Paul can do it all. Abso-fucking-lute. Let's see fucking David Lee Roth or not Stephen Pearcy, Aerosmith guy, Steven Tyler. Let's see them strap a fucking guitar on, dance all over the fucking stage, doing high kicks and everything else while singing without getting winded. Yeah. Absolutely epic performer, Paul Stanley. That is okay. Neither does Tom Kiefer from Cinderella. Doesn't what? Tom Kiefer plays.
Voice anymore.
Oh, Lots of their stuff on Spotify. I'm assuming it's a Shaman's list, or
Yes.
you know,
Single
True,
list.
True Scott and Axl Rose. Don't see that's the problem falling behind. I can't listen to Rose anymore. Terrible. Yeah, he's a lot to take. Did you see the live album from The Warning was just released? Not yet. Three
22nd
tracks.
ships.
Yeah, it will be shortly.
Yeah.
Go ahead, though.
I just
No, go
want to
ahead.
say the Offspring has been doing great music for lots of years. At the same time, people are saying today's music is shit. That's why I defend the unknown song.
Yeah, but the Offspring goes back to the early '90s.
Yeah, but back then in the 90s, people said the same thing. Oh, today's music is shit.
Well,
You
I
know?
valid, but I think most people were referring to grunge and whatever the
think
main
they just refer
and
to
whatever the
whatever.
mainstream thing is at the
Yeah,
time.
whatever the
Now, to also
mainstream
be
thing
fair,
is.
Offspring's last two albums have been complete fucking garbage. So there's that.
Oh, wait, and what's the last album called?
The one that just came out, I sampled 3 songs and would have rather flushed in the toilet. And the
Looking
one,
out for number one.
the one before that had Cruisin' California on it. That was decent, and then one other ballad that was decent, and the rest of it.
Oh, the Rise and Fall album?
No, that's a great fucking album. That's their
Yeah,
last great album.
Wait a minute. Well, I thought Cruising California was on
No.
the Rise and Fall album.
No.
Oh, I gotta
Nope.
recheck that.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
but Rise and Fall is great. Yeah.
Darren's on Google machine right now. I know the name, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I fucking can't think of it. The one with Cruising California on it. It's like something bad, or I don't know. Robin Darren, Speed of Light, not as bad as I was expecting. She only screamed in 3 songs. She needs to settle down and get the ants out of her pants, but not overly awful. Keep in mind, I did sit through the who's that vampire band with the chick singer? Jesus fucking Christ. The Warning fans hate him. It's another all sibling band. There's 2 females, the singer and the drummer, and the other 3 are the brothers. I forget, but that bitch screams all the time. So they became famous for their cover of Rainbow in the Dark. So yeah. Axl Rose can get on the same airplane as Bruce Springsteen. Yeah. So you guys going to give us a concert recap on Saturday? No,
Sunday.
I'll be traveling back, as will Darren on Saturday. So Sunday will be the recap. Alice Cooper's new album, from what I've listened, was good. Okay, The Offspring sucks.
Days Go By is the
Yeah,
album with
Days
Cruising
Go By.
Oh,
California.
that's got some good songs on it.
Yeah, like 2 or 3, not compared to Rise and Fall, Ixnay, and
I have to
Smash.
see how many I like. Yeah, I think there's well, you know, yeah. I mean, like I said, sometimes I like when albums don't have that many good songs. It makes it easier for a best of.
Jesus Christ. You're the only person in the world who wants to spend money on a fucking album for 3 songs and be happy about it. The Offspring sucks. They fired their drummer because his doctor told him not to get the vaccine. Yes, the Offspring, Noodles, and Dax are complete left-wing lunatic fucking unhinged nut jobs. But that doesn't take away, like Bruce Springsteen, from him having some good songs. Unfortunately, I tried boycotting people like that, and I just realized I was cheating myself out of good music. So,
Well, I didn't buy the last 2 albums, so
no, I won't buy, but what I have, I stopped
therefore,
listening to. But I won't. I
I don't
won't
have to
contribute
worry about
anymore.
boycotting. I just stop
Yeah.
buying the stuff.
Kiss has been a very big part of all of our lives. Correct. No band will push 50 years. Kiss did. Well, Aerosmith, AC/DC.
Rolling
No
Stones.
new bands. No new bands for fucking sure. That will never happen again. Have a great week. I'll see you, Gigi. Thanks for tuning in. Earth is Flat. Just got here. Busy all day. Did Ghost make the top 10? Well, you'll have to rewatch and find out. Hey, stop giving shit away, guys. God damn it. No, Ghost did not make the list. Dave would have been your best shot.
I'm gonna go on a ghost
Well,
journey.
Darren probably would have been your best.
Oh
shot
yeah, I
because
forgot
that
Darren's a
album's
big fan too.
Yeah.
Days Go By was their last good album. See,
And
Alex,
honestly, they didn't even make my initial list of 30-ish albums, right? I mean, as much as I enjoy the stuff from them that I own,
when I
still does
started,
not.
I went through every band I knew. Liliac, thank you, Gabriel. Liliac is the vampire band that I've listened to that bitch scream live. What was I saying? Oh, Ghosts. When I was doing my fucking list, they almost cracked my top 300. So there's that. Days Gone By was their last good album. That's what I was saying to Alex. I like a few songs. Days Go By is one of them. Cruising California is one of them. And there is a really awesome fucking ballad with one of the most killer guitar riffs on it. But most of it I found to just be mailed in and generic. Thanks for bringing a little life.
Hurting as one, turning into you. All I have left is you.
All I have left is you. That's the fucking one. That's a great fucking song. Thanks for bringing a little bit 9F estrogen into this gay bathhouse, Gigi. Thank you. Yes, we're caught up. All right. What do you guys want to say? What do you want to talk about? What's next? Obviously, me and Darren are out until Sunday when we do the warning / Adam Music Project recap. You're muted, Dave.
Yeah, our next show will be the Warning Sunday. So
you're not going to worry about assignments before that?
No, well, I think
just so I can let Scott know if we're gonna be doing Tuesday.
Yeah, we will be top 15 Kiss songs.
Oh shit! Yeah, I better tell him no. Yikes. Okay, and surprisingly, the only people, not surprisingly, I guess, but the only people on here that had any albums the same were me and Darren, right? Because even your Pink Floyd's, you didn't have a Pink Floyd, did you, Dave?
In his honorables.
In my honorables, I did.
Was it the same one?
That and The Wall. He had Dark Side and The Wall in his honorables.
I had Creatures of the Night in my top.
Oh, yeah, and the Kiss stuff. Well, that was obvious.
And
Well,
Paul
except for
Stanley.
Scott. I figured Scott would have Creatures in there somewhere, but oh well. Louis was pretty much the soundtrack machine. Did you have a Kiss album?
One.
The Elder.
Alive.
He had Alive.
Alive, yeah, okay. Okay, yes. So I guess we will plan on, because of your interview, I have been listening to several Adam Music Project songs. God of War really stood out. Thank you, Brian Steele. They will appreciate that. They are a goofy, fun-looking band, and I can't wait to hang out with them and see what it's all like live. So 15 Kiss songs.
15.
Jesus Christ. Now, are you can Lewis come in here and say the live version of Cold Gin, or does this have to be studio?
I think we'll just stick to studio albums.
Okay, solo
Any
album?
any songs that came out on studio albums,
15
which
Kiss
can be
songs from the studio. No
which
problem.
can be off. You know, obviously they had the Killers and the.
So long as it
Exit
was,
Sex.
because you got to be
Release.
careful. You say the Kiss umbrella, while, like Louis said, technically the solo albums have the little
No.
Kiss.
I want
So
at least,
that more,
I want
more
at least
than
two
one
members.
member, yeah, it had to be an actual touring Kiss full band release. No matter what the lineup was, it had to be a Kiss band release.
All right.
And no one is allowed to put anything from Monster or Sonic Boom on there. Oh, you're off. All right, you're done.
Fuck you. I'm picking a song off of each of those albums now. Just
No, you're
because you
not.
said that.
No, you're not.
I don't think you should do that.
All right, you got
want 15
days
songs?
here, Dave, to come up with a game plan following that. We got. Do you have a list of albums? Do you need suggestions for epic albums, or
I've got
are you
lots
going
of
back
lists.
to ballads or ballads? What the fuck is the word where they fight?
Battles.
Battles. Jesus Christ! One fucking time, one drink can fucking do so much, and then other nights 3 don't matter.
You fucking
We'll have-
yourself?
We will have some song battles coming up. But,
I go through a bottle of this fucking berry brandy a fucking week.
I think
And
after
that's
we do
from
the Tunes
somebody
Brothers
who, if he
Tuesday,
wasn't in Vegas, wouldn't drink for 3 years.
I think after the
Okay.
next Tunes Brother Tuesday, we'll do the quiz anyway. So,
All right. So you want this upcoming Tuesday live to be the Kiss songs?
yep.
All right.
Then
I-
hopefully on the Thursday night, we'll do the quiz.
I
You know
still
how hard
need to
that's
make
going to
them-
be for Darren? He doesn't even fucking have the Kiss catalog memorized.
We
I
know
have like 10 of their albums, dude.
I know, but you'd have to go and sit and listen to them. We don't have to.
I wouldn't have to listen to them to come up with 15.
But
Could
even if
you-
you go back through the list, you've just
I
done,
don't
you wouldn't
care.
know
I'm
a
just
lot of them.
saying, in all honesty, could you, in your mind, can you hear room service right now?
Yes.
I would have to go
Yeah,
back and
that
listen.
one I can because I don't like it.
I would have to go back and listen to how I'm going to place the songs. I don't trust my memory.
I think the easiest thing to do at first is look at each album and go, these are my few, 3 or 4 favorite songs.
That's what I would do. I would
List them
just
out
look
and
at
then-
because I know what songs I don't like off of the albums, right? I mean, so I would just look at a list. I mean, take a look at them and write down the ones I really like.
We'll do that another day where we go our 15 worst Kiss songs.
But I do need to drop because I still need to make a Walmart run before I pack. And
Real
get
quick,
ready
you
for
need
the
to be
trip.
part of this comment. Earth is Flat says we need to get Louie a $300 gaming chair, a bag of flaming hot Cheetos, and a monster drink. That's perfect. Rush Moving Pictures from Earth is Flat. Okay, there it is. We're done. Darren needs to go. Scotty's gone. I have to get my stuff packed and get my ass to sleep.
Don't forget my
Louie
album.
looks like he's in a prison bathroom. Okay, don't forget your album. Yes, I have that on my checklist because, believe it or not, I would not put it past me to do just that. I am keeping it in the cardboard. It came in for safekeeping, and it will be then in a cooler bag that we use for packing vinyl when we buy them at stores. So it will be 110% safe and signed, unless the girls see me realize all the hateful shit I've said and kick me out. And then I'll just
Quickly
hand
pass
the
it to
album to
Darren.
Darren and say, get that signed for me. Yes, Louie, Monster Mash, greatest album of all time. All right, guys. All right. We'll do Kiss next. Think of some. So I have an idea. This has just been so hectic leading up to this trip. Just give me a ballpark of things you want to be doing so I can start researching so I don't have to last minute do it with everything else I got going on.
No worries.
Don't forget my dude wipes. Dude, that is actually, I have dude wipes. I buy dude wipes all the time now. Because as you get older and you eat as much spicy food as I do, it's never a single wipe. Let's just say that.
Anal leakage.
Yeah, usually I need a shower after a movement.
Spread them cheeks, Rob.
Look at Louie. I broke Louie. Holy shit. All right, guys. Until next time, thanks for watching.
I wanna go back. Simple time.